welcome to End Groove with Alex Marrero. I have a special guest with me today, the amazing Jennifer Foster. Musician, singer, bass player, fantastic human being all around. And she leads her band, Jennifer Foster The Audacity, and here you are today. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. What's going on? How are you? Doing all right?
I'm doing great. The sun is out and it makes me light up, and I'm having a great morning.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. So, there's so many things I could ask you about, but let's just do a couple background things.
Totally.
Like, where are you from originally?
Originally from Long Island, New York. That's where I was born. And then I moved to California when I was about 6 to Los Angeles.
Wow. How long were you in LA?
I was in LA for, it was kind of in and out, like 15-ish years. I would travel for work, lived in New York City for a while. But have been in Los Angeles for my formative years, I'd say.
Wow. Did you like living in New York?
I did like living in New York. I sort of have this past life. It could also be my future life if I want to dive back in. But I worked with Broadway and doing plays and musicals and everything in New York City.
I had a feeling that was somewhere in
there. It is. Yeah, it's not far off.
Okay. So what is that? Okay. So let's start with there. What was your first musical expression? Like, what connected you to music, and what were the first things you did?
Oh my gosh. The first expressions, my mom says my first song was Melissa Etheridge, I'm the Only One. She says I would be in my diaper, like stacking cans of beans and corn and on the kitchen floor and just singing, and I'm the only one walking across, just fully, just whatever my mom was playing. I guess those were my first expressions.
Is that an actual memory of yours? Or is that just what your mom told you? What's your first musical
memory? Oh my gosh, that's a great question. The most, I would say the most visceral memory was when I did my first talent show. And I think I don't remember how old I was, but you had to fit in with the theme of the talent show.
Which was?
America the Beautiful. And I was like, what am I going to do? And I really wanted to do something, I was starting to fall into soul music, like hearing Aretha Franklin. But I was like, okay, to fit in,
how old were you?
I must have been 8 or 9, maybe.
Cool.
And I did Lee Greenwood's Proud to Be American. Proud to Be an American.
Sure.
Yeah. And
does he have another song?
Exactly. I'm letting Lee know how you feel. Let's call him. I have followed him on social media, and he's really active.
I guess so. Yeah.
He's really doing it
these days. It seems. Yeah, that's funny. So you sang?
I sang, and my mom also tells me that was the first time she had ever seen me like command a stage, and it was just, there was no question what I was going to do from that moment on.
It was evident.
Yeah. And I remember just feeling really comfortable, like moving and feeling like this is right.
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you think that comes from? You ever thought about that?
Childhood trauma, definitely. Seriously, it was probably a desire to be seen and heard. I grew up, my parents split when I was super young. That's why we moved from California from New York to California.
Sure.
So my mom could be closer to her family. And my mom kind of did everything on her own. She had 3 kids and was raising them kind of single-handedly. And we moved into what we could afford, and it was a 700 square foot condominium for 4 people.
Yeah.
So we had 1 bathroom, 2 bedrooms. My mom would sleep on the living room floor. We didn't have enough space.
Sure.
And I was full of expression and passion and desire to do great things, and probably to be seen and heard, to break out. And
to release whatever those feelings were that you didn't even really understand.
I didn't understand, and it was all it was all being formed before, in my childhood. And I remember when I'd walk home from school And if the house was open and there was no one there, I'd be like, oh my God. And I'd scramble to the speakers and I'd put on like Dreamgirls. Like I would sing And I'm Telling You I'm Not Going and canceled. And just, you know, even if I had 5 minutes, it was like the joy of my world. Yeah. And then someone would come home and it'd be ruined, you know?
Right.
So
that,
my passion.
That private moment and the release.
Release, yes. Yeah.
So is that how you started singing? Just kind of singing along to records?
Singing along to records, whatever was on the radio. My mom was always playing Melissa Etheridge, Edie Brickell, and the New Bohemians. So the Shooting Rubber Bands at the Stars record is like one of my most informative records, I would say. Yeah.
Did you get to, did you get to meet Brad Hauser?
No, but I feel his like spirit and energy, and everybody tells me about him.
Yeah, I miss him.
Oh my God. What an incredible person.
Yeah, totally.
That I never got to know, but I can have a sense of.
So why the bass and when?
That's a great question. You're good at this. You've done this before?
No.
Yes, you have. So many times. Oh, you're good. The bass, when and why? I've always been writing, and I picked up guitar and I would try to play, but I always felt myself just using the top string and literally doing root notes. So that was like an indicator.
Well, that's all bass players do anyway.
Just a top. I only use. Actually, that's my legacy. That's how I'm going to go down. Jen is amazing, and she only uses the top string.
Just the top string. In fact, her bass only has 1 string.
Dude. Rock star. Killing.
Mark Sandman, Morphine.
Yeah.
2 strings.
Dude.
Slide bass. Anyway, I digress. Proceed.
Don't digress. Let's keep going. When and why? So when I moved to Austin, which is only, a little less than 5 years ago.
Right before the pandemic, or like smack in the middle?
Right kind of at the top of the pandemic, or like maybe like in the middle. So it must be, 2021.
Okay.
I moved here, and I was gonna maybe like do musicals and all that, and maybe follow that vein as a beginning step into immersing myself into the community. But then something in me, there were a few reasons, but I kind of put my foot down, and I remember writing to my partner at the time. I was like, I'm going to jump into live music 110%. I'm going to pick up the bass, and I'm going to work to become one of the most well-respected players in town. And I want to be really good. I want to be disciplined. And like, I believe if I commit to this, then I can do it. And I had no idea how to play the instrument, but I was so convinced. I had such conviction. And I wanted to do
the audacity.
Exactly. I had the audacity.
It's a perfect name. You're very, very audacious in the best possible way.
Yes.
Not like in the best possible way, like in the driven, focused way, not in an arrogant way.
I loved that the word can slide to both sides, but there is such an exciting and positive side to it that's not like used enough. So
yeah, and you embrace it.
I love
you embody it.
The audacity.
The audacity. So okay, you're in Austin, and you decide that you're going to go on this live music path. You just randomly picked up the bass. Like, why the bass?
I chose the bass because my partner at the time was playing guitar. And I didn't just want to be singer girl and he accompanies me.
Right.
I wanted to be a part of the band and then eventually add a drummer, which we did. So I was like, okay, I find myself writing like this with the top string. The bass was just obvious.
Yeah.
And later on, I found that it was such an incredible gift for the bass to choose me, as mushy as that sounds.
Yeah.
Because it's the bridge of rhythm and melody. And if the bass player knows the song, that is a strong band leader. Like if the bass player is the band leader, like it's solid because the drums can get by if you're like, what's the groove? You know, you're not going to mess up the notes, you know, melody. And the guitar player can get by, you know, if they don't exactly know it. But the bass player, you got to know it. And
if a bass player hits a bum note, it is evident.
Exactly.
And people in the audience don't know what happened, but they know something bad happened.
Exactly.
Right?
We're not seen or recognized until we're seen or recognized.
100%. Because the bass responsibility it's exactly that. You're controlling the time, but you're also controlling the quality of the chord.
Yes.
Like you dictate.
Exactly.
Which is beautiful.
It's a very powerful instrument, and I'm so blessed to be playing it.
And what was your practice regime like? Like when you just decided to pick up, did you already play some piano? Did you have any musical training other than like musicals and singing along the records?
I not really. I mean, I took a few like voice lessons here and there, but it was always like my natural gift was the path to follow. So I always had a good ear. So if you put me in front of a piano, I could definitely write a song or play. And same with guitar. But no, I didn't have any proper training. Like at Texas State, I maybe took like a music theory class, but my ear has always led the way.
What did you study at Texas State?
Musical theater, only for 1 year, and then I dropped out and moved to New York City.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it was Texas State University.
That's right. That's what brought me to
San
Texas.
Marcos.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, because I was there when it was called Southwest. Was it Southwest Texas State?
That's correct. We had to rebrand Party School.
Totally. That's right.
Bad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you pick up the bass, and what is your routine?
So the practice routine, I'm very disciplined. So I would listen to records, and I mean, at the very beginning, I could barely pick out a bass line. My ear was used to the top line as a singer.
Yeah.
So I had to turn my brain upside down and work from the bottom up. And so even recognizing the bass part was a huge change in my whole way of listening, which is so incredible to be challenged at that level.
And to accept the challenge.
Because it's not
easy.
And it's not a glorified instrument.
Oh, no.
It's just a lot of work, a lot of responsibility. And my greatest practice was playing in the power trio and playing with my partner at the time.
Right.
And we played all over town. And, you know, our first gigs, we'd play for $75 for 3 hours and provide the PA system.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's pretty humbling work.
Well, it's probably the best thing you could do at that point.
Yes.
Because it's one thing, I mean, I believe in practice, but I mean, a gig is worth, 3 practice sessions.
Yes. And with other people, that was I think the first time I played bass in public was, I'd only been playing for like a month or month and a half. And I went to Mozart's and I went to their open mic and I was like shaking, so nervous to play 2 songs. Yeah. And I started playing and the song was like 10 clicks faster, of course, for my nerves.
The adrenaline.
And as soon as I finished, the booker at Mozart's was like, "Do you want to play a 3-hour set?" And I was like, "I only know these 2 songs."
I just played my repertoire.
Exactly. So I had 2 weeks to learn a 3-hour set, and I did, and that was incredible practice.
I mean, that's it. I'm a firm believer in learning by doing.
Yes.
Because that's the best way.
Yes.
100%. Kudos to you because you are a phenomenal bass player.
Thank you.
Like you're very musical.
Thank you.
And it's amazing because some people can play the bass. Some people can play the bass and sing, which is a whole other level of like, I don't know how bass players sing. I don't know how y'all do that. I mean, it's one thing, there's something about this motion or this motion, but this motion and singing seems very difficult to me. But I've also seen you play where you're carrying a band and there's no drummer.
Yeah.
That is not an easy feat. I mean, it's really not. So I don't know how you're doing what you're doing, but keep doing it.
You're gonna keep on keeping on. Thank
And it's
you.
not like you're gonna stop all of a sudden.
Couldn't possibly.
So how does the Audacity lead to Jennifer Foster and the Audacity?
How does the Audacity lead to Jennifer Foster and the Audacity? That's a great question. I was playing with the Power Trio Learning, we were playing covers all the time. And I finally came to a point where I just said, I can't do this anymore. Or it was more like, I need to be playing my own music. I know the quality of my writing and what I want to do. And it's time for me to fully stop, write, and put up this dream of mine, this big band, and I'm the band leader in the center. So I quit playing for 4 months. So no job. I had worked so hard, so I made enough income that I knew I would be okay for 4 months to give myself the gift of time to write. And so I basically locked myself in the beautiful little music room and on the farm, and I wrote the entire catalog of Audacity, and I began going to shows around town and scouting musicians, listening to people who sit in, and I handpicked players. David Jimenez was the first person that I picked out.
Slouch.
Yeah, he sucks. Terrible player. And then Spice and Uncle Roy, and it just kind of went from there. And I started to become surprised when almost every single person said yes, to the endeavor that didn't even exist yet.
Yeah.
They were just kind of going off of me and, perhaps my passion for it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you have it in droves, and I was very surprised because you reached out to me once.
Yes.
And I was like, who is this person?
Who is this?
But this is very bold, and I respect it. And it made me perk up, and it made me pay attention. And I didn't say yes the first time.
Yes.
And it took a minute, and then we finally did play.
Yes.
And now you don't call me at all. Now you got like the
Dude,
best of the best. I'm just I am totally joking.
I'm calling it.
But there's just something infectious, and that's why you're sitting here. Because of that Audacity. But the Audacity would mean nothing if you couldn't back it up.
It's true.
And you can back it up. So how did you develop these songs?
They came to me from just whatever I was feeling at the time. I believe that if you know how a song is going to end, then you're not letting it just come to you. So some things would just kind of spark in me, phrases, or getting into my writing process. Like, for example, I have a song called Meet Me on the Other Side. And I sort of had this like chant for the chorus. I felt something really powerful. Meet me on the other side. Meet me on the other side. I thought that was so powerful. And then the words came, meet me on the other side. What does that mean to me? And then I was in the process of creating this band, and it felt impossible. And I was like, I'm going to make it to the other side. Yeah. Meet me on the other. That's like powerful, spiritual.
Yeah.
And it just sort of turns into exactly what you need at the time.
It's a mantra, right?
Yes. And that chant of it is like, everyone gets into it. And what a gift to have that come to me and then give it to others. And it means so much to other people.
Because that's what it's about, right?
Yeah. We're all connected.
Yeah. I mean, you create to release and to connect.
Yep.
And to facilitate someone else to release or connect.
Yes.
Right?
And then the meaning can spin in a year.
Oh, the meaning is no longer, whatever your meaning was is completely unimportant.
Exactly.
Right? Because that's the beauty of it. Because
yes.
we all are our own little universe, and
yes.
we process it, and it means whatever it needs to mean to us.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of art, right?
We're
amazing.
In a very special thing we do.
So is there Of all these songs, do you have a record? You were recording in Nashville for a minute. I know that. And
Yep.
you're recording here. Is the album out? What is the status of this
Great
mystical,
question.
magical album?
And everyone is curious, which is I'm honored to.
And there's no answer, Alex.
Yeah. Everything is everything.
Yeah. Straight up.
Yeah, we recorded in Nashville a bit, but we were too crunched for time. And I literally brought the band out from Austin to Nashville. Just didn't have enough time to get it where I wanted it to be. So I was like, of course it needs to be recorded in Austin. This Austin-born band needs to record here. So the record will be recorded this year.
Will be recorded.
Yes, it hasn't been recorded at all. Nothing.
So you're just treating the Nashville sessions as demos.
Exactly. Bingo. So right now we are sort
Pretty
of
sweet demos.
right. Yeah, that's what everyone says. They're like, these are great, and I'm like, but wait, there's
keep
more.
those for a later time.
Yes. Yes. And I still love those, but there's just a notch further that I know this band is going to get to. And I think the key for recording is actually recording our band live. Yeah. So we'll 100%. Take it somewhere. I have a few ideas and talking to a few different people. Electric Deluxe is in the picture.
Sure.
And we've had this residency at Seaboys for like 8 months now, and that has helped our band glued together live, especially. So
well, and your music is very much in the moment, and it's a musical conversation.
Yeah.
So you want to capture that on record.
That's what's special. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Seaboys, you're there every Monday.
Yeah.
What time to what time? Tell me about that residency.
Seaboys, Monday nights, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. The 1 a.m. hour. Bar closes at 2. It's $10. It's the best $10 you'll spend for some soul fulfillment at the beginning of your week. And we've been there for at least 8 months now, and it's been one of the biggest blessings.
Sure.
I can't say enough how special a residency is. It checks you in every week to this, this church. As a musician, you have to show up every week, no matter where you are. And for me, it truly is wherever I am, and I'm not afraid to share. So,
and no matter what's going on in life,
no matter I went
because everything happens in life.
and then you're there at Seaboys, singing the song that is like daggering you, or just perfect for you, whatever it is.
That's the experience.
Exactly.
That's where it's at.
That's what we're crazy.
That's it.
Why do we do this?
I don't know. Because of that.
Exactly.
Because of that.
Yes.
That's one thing that's really important. And the fact, it just seems like your trajectory has just been a series of really interesting, deliberate steps.
Yes.
Which is amazing, not just in the sense that you're doing it, but amazing in the sense to have the vision to accomplish it. Because a lot of times clarity is not something that's readily available.
And it's not always available.
In fact, things are pretty muddy a lot of times, especially as a creative person. Like to have the clarity of like, are you usually like a planner? Like, do you set goals and things like that, like in your day-to-day life?
Not day-to-day, but I do have, I'm disciplined and I am goal-oriented.
You don't say.
Yeah, of course I am. Of course I am.
I didn't notice that about you.
I know. I reek of it for sure. But yeah, it's like clarity. Yeah, it comes and goes for sure. And with creativity, like it is wild to be like, oh my gosh, I'm making a full living from the feelings I had in my bedroom, and then I put it on my bass, and like that's what's paying my bills, and I get to live that dream all from, a really sweet and private place. Like,
yeah. It's creating something from nothing.
And it's heavy, like if you put the weight on it, the burden on it to be your income. Such a delicate balance.
Yeah. And a very roller coaster one.
Yes.
It's a constant roller coaster.
You know. Yep.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know anything about any of that.
You don't know anything about music.
One thing I've seen at your show at Sea Boys, how did this whole note,
Love Notes.
Love Notes, how did that come about?
That's a great
Tell me
question.
about Love Notes, or tell people what that is.
That is a great place to dive in. It came because a few reasons. I knew it would be fun for the audience, like just an extra piece of participation.
Well, what is it? Explain the concept.
So, okay, the Love Notes, we have something called a Love Notes folder. And it's this little floral notebook that I bring to every show, and I put on like a back table or wherever. And then at the top of the show or a few songs in, I'll say, by the way, there's a Love Notes folder in the back. And if you like what you hear or you want to let us know anything, you can write a little note and put it in the folder, and it can be anonymous or you can sign it. And I'll put it on my fridge and we'll just go from there. You can imagine.
Whoa.
The varied
Oh my goodness.
letters that I receive,
Oh.
the whole band receives.
Oh yeah.
Everything from, like incredibly inspirational. This, we came here on a whim and we're your new biggest fan, to Jen, I'm in love with you. I think I'm your soulmate.
Right.
To, hey, have your background singer call me. Here's my number. Like,
right.
it's
alcohol related, not nonsense.
And I have a few with just like hand drawings, and they're like, here's my hand. And so,
On average, how many appear per night? Just on average.
At Sea Boys, we usually get like 5 or 6 a night. It just depends on the venue, like who's there.
What's going on?
But it came because I thought it would be fun, A, and then B, I knew that, when I started Audacity, I still had this fire, but doubts in myself, like, can I do it?
Normal.
Like when I started Audacity, I'd only been playing bass for like 2 years, like
insane.
And then I'm about to lead, Dave Scher in the band. So
another slouch.
Yeah, just terrible musicians all around.
Oh my God,
the Audacity.
that guy is insane.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Dave Scher.
Dude,
much love and respect.
We can
Jimenez.
We go talk crap about both of you. You're both terrible. But I knew that I needed. I knew I would want to go back and read how just that it's beyond me, and to keep going. Something from other people saying, like, we don't even know you, but like, keep going. This is incredible. And when I have moments where I'm like feeling low or like, am I even good enough? I can just go to that folder, instant, right back up.
That's genius.
It's so.
Oh my God.
It's beautiful. And they're all honest and,
Because that's, even though when you're playing music, you get an instant reaction, right? You know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
But, or sometimes people come up to you, it's like, oh my God, that was great. But there's a lack of depth sometimes. So to have that little space that you set aside for people to express something about what you're doing, that's such a great idea.
It gives them a moment to like reflect on the experience too,
because and to share it with you.
Yeah, because sometimes after the show, I don't get to talk to everybody, or like some people are just like, I'll let her talk to them, but then I'll be like, oh, I remember that person, or like it's really special. And I've been hearing lately that our shows are like a visceral, like soul experience. And that reiterates it to me. So 100%. I believe that it's real.
I can vouch for that. It's you're a very soulful spirit. And it comes across in the music, and it comes across in how you interact with the band and how you connect with people.
Yeah.
That's just evident to me. So have song ideas come from any of those notes?
Oh my gosh, from those notes, let me think. Not specifically from those notes, but I don't know, just they all inspire me to like keep on keeping on. I have a few notes that are like sensual. They're like, this
bet.
one guy was like, my wife and I are going to go home and make the most beautiful love tonight from this experience. And I'm like, you got what we were putting down.
That's it.
All the good
go
stuff.
Do it. Yeah. I love that.
So yeah, they're continually inspiring. But
so you were describing a minute ago when you were coming up with a hook. Do you find, because the creative process is always ever changing.
yes,
Like it never happens the same way. Always,
it's not linear.
right? But do you find the way you were describing it, do you find the rhythm attracts you first?
Sometimes, yeah. And now on the bass, probably a majority of the time, something comes. Like I'm very into groove, you know. So yeah, the rhythm will come, and just a feeling. I'd say a feeling, and I'd be like, "What's the perfect words for? What are the perfect words for this feeling?"
What words are going to match this bass face?
Exactly, and it's just starting to feel good, and just grows from there. Yeah, there are just so many beautiful ideas and concepts that are falling into my brain. I can't wait to latch onto them and give them a melody.
Amazing. So I wanted to ask you something, because I was at home a couple months ago, and I rewatched this movie that I hadn't seen in a while called Bernie. And I was watching it and enjoying it. It's a Richard Linklater movie.
Yes.
And I was watching it, and this scene comes up where there's like a theater performance, and I'm like, wait a minute. Pause, rewind. Wait a minute. That's Jennifer.
It's me. It's me at the ripe age of 19.
Yeah, because I was like, that's a young Jennifer, but that is definitely Jennifer.
That's me. Yep.
What was that all about? Were
That
you an
was-
extra? Like, how did that come about?
So I was in my freshman year at Texas State, and they were looking for, theater performers who could dance just for a quick scene in the movie Bernie with Jack Black. And they auditioned a few of us, and I got in with a couple of my classmates, and we learned a dance routine with Jack Black, and his son was there, and he is just as he is in the movies in real life. And it was a total blast. I remember just being like, this is awesome.
What a fun experience.
Yeah.
Wow. How long was the shoot? How many days did you work?
Maybe like two days. It was like 2 days, maybe like a costume fitting, because we had to wear like band uniforms.
Sure. Wow. What a fun experience.
I've lived a wild life already.
I bet.
But-
I bet we could talk about a lot of things. So have you done are you still in, what you're doing right now is a full-time commitment.
Yes.
But do you do any other kind of musical related things or artistic things that are peripheral?
Yeah, I do. If something that feels artistically right comes into my, world, then I'll welcome it. But it has to be worth, stepping aside from Audacity for. My old agent recently reached out to me for potential like Broadway things, and I'm in the beautiful, lucky place where I get to choose. I get to handpick. So I'm like, send me the script, send me the music, and I'll see if I like it and if I want to send a tape. So that kind of thing. Last year I did a Whataburger commercial.
Nice.
And that was just for fun and
on camera?
Yeah, on camera. It's hilarious. You can find it.
Well, now I'm gonna go look for it. But.
You'll laugh. It's like they go into my eye, and there's like a portal into my eye,
oh, wow,
and I go
that's
into this Whataburger land, and then we come back, and I'm sitting at Whataburger, and my hair just goes.
Oh
like,
wow!
What just happened?
So did you study acting? Beyond that 1 year that you were like.
Not really. I again had just like a natural knack for it, but I studied maybe for that 1 year at Texas State. And I studied a bit of dance and like ballet and tap. But I would say most of my creativity just comes from what was given to me by my family of genetics and whatever that is.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So just a couple more things. What do you think the biggest challenges are of being a musician in Austin in 2026?
Believing in yourself. That's very general, but to make it Austin specific, I would say the difficulties are more generalized for me, which would be staying present. Like when you play a C-Boys or wherever, just like being there with the faces that are there, because, you know, you may have large goals where you want to go, where you want to be, but I believe that you won't get there unless you stay present in where you are right now. And if you have presence here, the next steps will come and you'll be able to be present there, and then you'll just keep climbing. So that's difficult, staying present. And even when the gig is difficult, no one's paying attention. Still just maintaining belief in yourself and presence.
There's so many lessons in that you don't appreciate in the moment.
That you don't in the moment.
Kind of sucks.
Yes. But it's teaching you and leading you to whatever your destiny is. And then just logistically, I know now that Audacity has some steam behind it, people are recognizing the name and the band. It's easier for me gigs come to me now, I would say. But when I was just kind of moving here and working, you know, some people will never write you back. Some people will, you know, like not pay you what you deserve, all that. So those are difficult things where you just have to maintain belief in yourself and the quality that you.
Yeah. And there's a level of paying dues that unfortunately you can't get around.
Yes. And that's an Austin thing too, which it takes time to learn to respect that.
Yeah.
Because I was running fast when I started this band because I really believed in myself.
Yeah.
And patience is key. This town rewards patience, dedication, honesty, authenticity, and quality.
Yeah. And it's a community.
It is.
It really is a community, more so than I've ever seen in any other towns. Like everybody.
Amen to that.
There's not like this competitive thing.
No.
Like everybody supports each other and everybody wants to do well, but there's not like a backstabby. Everybody's in it together.
And there's more than enough for everybody.
Yeah.
I feel that in spades. I agree.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
You reminded me of something when you were talking about the difficulties of sometimes you're on stage and it's, you know, I remember I used to always struggle with because you work so hard to put a show together.
Yes.
And you're at the show and there's like 10 people. And I struggled with that. And I don't remember who told me this. This was a long time ago, but it really changed things for me. This person said to me, don't punish the people that are here for the ones that aren't.
Exactly.
And that just, it's never been the same since.
Yes.
Because it forced me to be present and acknowledge and be grateful.
Yes.
And connect with whoever is here, because that's what it's about.
Yes.
It's not what's going on in your head, right?
Yes.
So anyway, that was a big one for me.
I have a story from, honestly, a few weeks ago, same thing. Someone messaged me, said, you're so incredible, you know, can't wait to see what you do. And I asked him back, I said, where do you think my band's going to go? What do you think? And he was like, Jen, you're already doing it. I come to your show every week and you are my favorite band. So in my mind, you've already made it. And I'm like, that's so true.
100%. Because what's your goal?
Yeah, it's like, honestly, like what is making it to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And think really deeply, and it is the individual impact on each person. So
we're so lucky, right?
Oh no.
There's so many challenges, but it's important to remind ourselves like what we have done and what we are doing is the dream of someone else.
And of your past self. You know, just look at you, like looking at yourself 10 years ago. Like
100%. 5 years ago, 6 months ago.
Exactly.
All of it.
Progress.
Okay. You're so wonderful. Thank you so much.
So are you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I guess my last, two questions.
Yes.
One fun one. What's one of your musical guilty pleasures?
Oh my gosh, musical guilty pleasures. I'm don't feel guilty about anything that I listen to, but definitely an odd thing is the Cars. My mom played the Cars a lot. So like lots of like 80s kind of like synth stuff.
The Cars are amazing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's why I don't feel guilty.
No guilt there.
But like I guess the like on the nose like 80s-ness of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I don't care. I just like
they're great songs.
Yes.
Those songs are amazing.
And the solos are wild, the guitar solos.
Very creative band.
And I'm not even guilty about it, but like 90s R&B. I just put on 90s R&B, even the ones that are funny or like, I like listening to all of it.
Yeah.
Shameless about all of it.
That's great. So what should people be looking out for from Jennifer Foster and The Audacity?
Wow. Definitely the record this year. So it'll be our debut record with this band. And definitely Mondays at Seaboys at 10 p.m. We maintain that residency sort of indefinitely. I would say like check the website, jenniferfosterandtheaudacity.com for shows.
Or the social media.
Yeah, the social media.
What's your social media?
At Jennifer Foster and The Audacity. And
easy to remember.
Yeah, you'll see me hanging out with the chickens by my house and dancing and trying to get you to come into real life, come into the world.
Yeah, get off the screen and
exactly.
Get into real life.
Exactly.
Well, Jennifer, thank you so much for coming here today and
Thanks for having me.
Sharing yourself so openly. I really appreciate it.
You're
wonderful. Keep doing what you're doing. Not that you need my encouragement. You're going to keep doing what you're doing because you're badass. So
thank you so much, Alex. Thanks for having me.